We change our percentage increase or we change our salary. So what we do instead is we use the cell references. So that would be B2 multiplied by B3 and press enter. And that gives us a figure of 2,400. Then if I go to B3 and I change what's in B3 to 10%, it changes the figure in B4. If I change the figure in B2 to 40,000, it changes the figure in B4. B2 plus B4. And that gives us 44,000, which of course is correct. And the monthly salary, that's going to be B5 divided by 12. So we can actually type fixed numbers in there. It doesn't always have to be cell references, and that gives us the monthly salary. The next thing I want to talk about is using brackets or parentheses. So what we need to do is we need to edit the formula, and we need to wrap the B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 plus B6 inside brackets or parentheses. So it does that as a separate calculation and takes the result of that and divides it by 5. And we get 7.2, which is the correct answer. Let's look at copying formulas. C2 minus B2. If I then copy that down, you might expect it to copy the number 4 all the way down column D. But actually what happens is the row references get adjusted and we end up with the correct formula. Equals F1 minus B2. That's correct. If I press enter, it gives us 4. 10 minus 6 is 4. But if I copy the formula down, I get minus 4. I don't get an error, I don't get a 0, I don't get a this is invalid. I do get a proper number, and if we look at the formula, it's F2 minus B3, and F2 is blank, so 0 minus 4 is minus 4. And what I will do is I will type a dollar symbol before the F and a dollar symbol before the 1. So you just put a dollar symbol before the letter and a dollar symbol before the number of the cell that you want to keep fixed and press enter. Okay, so then I will copy the formula down. If you look in the formula bar as I go down column C, the B2 changes to B3, B4 and so on, but the F1 remains fixed or locked. So if I want to calculate the price of each product in euros, I need to take each one of the dollar prices and multiply it by H2. So I'll put equals the price in dollars multiplied by H2. But I know that when I copy the formula down, I want the B2 to change to B3, B4, B5 and so on, because on this side of the equation, I want it to point at a different product price. But on this side of the equation, I want H2 to remain fixed. So I need to put $H, $2 or press F4. So when I then copy that down, all formulas refer to H2. You can see that in there. So the B row is changing, but the H2 is fixed, and that's exactly what I want. Type in one formula, copy it down, and then take the whole lot and copy across. That's much quicker, less copying and less typing. And on this side of the equation, I want the opposite. What I want here is the dollar before the 2. So I keep pressing F4 until I get the dollar before the 2 and talk about the difference between formulas and functions. But a function is like a predefined formula that returns a specific value as the answer. Count will only count numbers, whereas count A counts anything. If I typed the first 3 characters of a day name and pointed the mouse at the bottom corner and dragged the mouse down, it auto-completes. equals left. The first piece of information you have to provide is the cell that contains the text. And in this case, it's A2. Then you type a comma. And the comma is simply used to separate each parameter. And the second parameter is the number of characters from A2 that you want it to pull out, which in this case is 3. And then close the brackets. So equals if error, that's the name of the function. All right, that I think brings us to the end of the session. I hope everyone's found that useful. Take care everyone, stay safe and have an excellent day.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, participants. So with this we conclude the session for today. Thank you so much for joining for today's webinar. Have a great day.